operational work you see in the report, in the tabled report, is important. But at the critical moment, when you are increasing council tax by 5%, as you have just done, you're increasing fees and charges, as you have just done. Indeed, staff have been laid off, or at least not replaced. All of these additional burdens of cost and tax in a time of a cost of living crisis. Oh, and I forgot to mention, did I, that we were trying to abolish 2 of the scrutiny subcommittees. And after all those arguments that I and others were in, we discover, oh, wait a minute, we've underspent by £8 million. So I was going to say something different this time last week, but when I read that Facebook post, I and residents were outraged that no visibility, no warning was coming that there was going to be such a big underspend. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Councillor. Can I presume you are formally moving the recommendation, which is we make the report? Is that seconded? Councillor Young, do you wish to speak?
No, thank you, Chair.
We now move to debate. Councillor Baker.
Yes, thanks very much. It's always embarrassing, isn't it, listening to someone talk about a figure when they don't understand the figures. The £8 million underspend, we've instantly handed over, or we will be handing over £2 million to government straight away. So there's the first £2 million spent of this big plot of money. That's the section, can't remember the levy, got it written down somewhere, the levy, someone else will know, yeah, he will know, it's section 31 levy. So yes, so I'm really sorry, it's not 8 anymore, it's 6, but that happens every single year. You collect more business rates and you think you're going to collect, and then you have to pay a levy to government. So that's the benefit, I guess, of understanding the figures in the outturn report that will come soon and asking questions. The second very important point is you said, well, there was no warning. Well, hang about, there are quarterly monitoring reports that arrive, and in the Q3 monitoring report that it was pointing to, I think, a £3.5 million underspend. So there were warnings. But of course, this is the first time ever I've found myself in the position of being criticised for running the council's finances prudently. I can see Nigel agreeing, we are running it prudently, excellent. As it happens, I do have a list of all the various other underspends over the last few years that we can share if we want to at some point, going back 10 years. So it isn't an unusual position to be in. Just one final point. Councillor Sallin said he walked into a parish council meeting and found out. He should have read his email like everyone else, or spoke to his group leader, because he knew about it, about half an hour before the email went out. So there was, I think, sufficient information put out. I have to say, I've spoken to some parish councils, and I met 30 parish councillors last night, including representatives of Heath and Reach. They weren't complaining. They were quite positive, actually. So well done. You're doing the right things. Got some positive responses. So I understand there might be some people massively disappointed. But remember, as I wrote in my email, this isn't a permanent adjustment to the council's finances. We have a significant change over the next 3 years, a total £33 million change. So now the 8 is turned to 6 because of the £2 million we're going to be giving to government. No doubt it's going to spend it on by-elections and elections for Burnham to get back to Parliament, and obviously I guess there'll be a lot of money wasted while they change Prime Ministers. They'll soon spend that $2 million.
I do need to move you to a conclusion.
I will, sorry. That gets us to £6 million, but I will just refer you, Councillor Sallin, to the quarterly monitoring reports. The information's there.
Thank you, Chair. Obviously, we're talking about the important role of scrutiny, and I do believe John was, highlighting that. He was saying it was in the budget, and he was saying he was correcting us, saying it wasn't 7.9 million. I would like to ask his views on the Observer, who quoted him on exactly where he was wanting to put this post up, where he actually put it into the mainstream of the thing. And he was saying that it was under prudence that he's managed to do this saving. The effect of this is you have pushed projects back down the pipeline. That is where we're going with this. We will still have to do this work. It is a delaying tactic of money we will have to spend to make sure the residents' lives are easier and better. So, as I'm with everybody else, a little bit surprised with the answers.
colleague.